Hey everyone, this is Tim from Your 6 Adventures. Today in this video I hooked up my APEC water filter that I bought off of Amazon. I think this was only like $200, but you can see my old osmosis filtration system over here. And it just costed way too much to replace those filters, so I just decided to get a new unit off of Amazon. And this is relatively easy to hook up. Could be confusing. Now I'm just piggybacking off of my existing tubing, and it was really easy to set up. It only took me like 15 minutes doing this, but if you're going to buy this online, it's going to be a little bit different for you if you're installing one right away. So you can see all the instructions. If you look at this little sheet they provide you, this is really good and descriptive, and it helped me set it up real quick. So you can just see all the different lines. So this line right here, this one is going down to my storage tank that I got with it. Now, when you're putting on this top part right here, you want to go ahead and use some Teflon tape and just wrap this around the exposed nut right there on top where it threads on. And wrap it around like 5 or 6 times. That will just prevent leaking and help you get a tighter seal. So this is the storage tank here. Make sure it's open. And then it does come with a little thing it sits on right here, so you can see. So you can just put the tank on there, and the tank is full of water for me, so you can just put it back on there. And you know, it takes about 5 hours for it to completely fill up. And so that one's going to my storage tank. This red one right here, this one is going all the way to the left, and this is going to be my line from my faucet or my water line. So you can see I have it connected. It's going to run all the way over there, and yours is going to be different because you might hook it up under the sink, but this one was from my pre-existing reverse osmosis system, so I just have it connected right here, and I'm just feeding that line all the way back over here. So that's what this red one is, storage tank. And then this blue one right here, you can see it is going to my water output faucet. So that one is going all the way upstairs, and I'll show you that in a sec. And then I got one more line. Let's see, got this black line right here. And this one is going to my drainage. So if you look on here, it's going to drainage. So I can follow this all the way over here, and it is going down to my sewers, my sub pump right here. Boom, all the way down into there. So that takes care of that. So it's really easy to set up. Now when you're putting on your filters, you're going to have 2 carbon filters. Those look the same. Then your sediment filter is going to just look like a piece of paper, pretty much. Like a paper towel. So that one is the sediment, and then you have your 2 carbons. So just put those in, and then when you're putting in the tubing, there's going to be like a little small plug. You just have to press this in a little bit, and then you're going to be able to squeeze that out. So I got the line out. So that's how I set this up here in the basement. And then you got these little tools here. You can just tighten this and just make sure this is snug, and you just put the tubes in and then pull out a little bit, and you'll notice that they're snug on there. So that's really easy to put all the tubing in there. Now the more difficult part is getting the water line. You have to find the cold water, feed water, and then connect it to here. So you have to find an area under your sink to go ahead and connect it. And it's very easy over there. Let's go upstairs. I'll show you kind of how that looks. And for me, this only took me 15 minutes. If I would have did the other way, it probably would have took me much longer, maybe like 45 minutes. But I got everything up here. So here's my faucet. I just left the existing one, but it does come with like the silver one right here. Now setting this up is rather easy. You just have to feed it through here. Now, if you don't have a hole near your sink, you're gonna have to drill one out. Then you can put your faucet through there. Then you're gonna have this black piece under the sink. And then you're gonna have this little nut locker, let's call that. It's just going to help the nut from not loosening. So these are going to be connecting on the bottom. So I'll go right there with this piece. And then this little line will go into the reverse osmosis system where I showed you before. Now this is the piece where you're going to need to connect it under your sink. You want to run the hot in the cold water here, or just run the hot water, and you'll be able to feel under here all the different piping. So you want to choose the cold water unless you really want hot water, but I choose the cold one. So let's get under this sink here and maybe turn on the light. But you can just see it's going to be a little bit different. I have I think this is a 3/8 tube, and then I just put a little connection on there to a 1/4 tube, and that helped me connect that to my faucet right here because it was a different diameter. So I got this. So this will actually just connect to your cold water. So you can see all you have to do is remove it and then screw it on, and then you're going to be able to feed whatever line you want with this little device right here. So that makes it super easy. And your cold water is going to be under here. So I believe mine was on the left, and it looks like I need to go ahead and get a flashlight. So let's go ahead and just grab one here. Got one right here, so perfect. So let's get under here. Ow, and this is going to be the worst part. So that little bolt will go right here. You just have to remove this, and it should go right there. So you can see on the back side here, you just have to remove this, and then you'll be able to get the intake for the water. So just turn this off, make sure the water's off, and you should be able to just remove that and put that little bolt right there, and then you should be able to get the intake. So you can kind of see it just screws on in there. So I'll just kind of go right there. Make sure you get the black piece on the bottom here. Make sure that doesn't fall on you. But yeah, you will get the intake water right there. And then you'll be able to put the faucet through here on the bottom. Just connect everything. Oh gosh, and let's get out of here. And then you'll want to run all the water after you install it, and make sure all the water is drained from the tank multiple times in case there's any kind of thing in there. So now for the drainage, you're going to want to put this in here. So you got all these things that come with it, and you're going to want to put this above the water level. So your drainage, you're going to want to put it above where the pipe is leveled out here. So you're probably going to have water in here somewhere. You want to put it above this, otherwise you're going to have water. So you're going to have to drill a small, like 1/4 inch hole right there. Then put this little black piece on here. All right. Then you can just put this on and then bolt it down. So just make sure this aligns and it fits. And then you should be able to put your drainage line right on there, and it will drain right on your sink. So I didn't want to have everything under my sink either, so this is probably where you'll put everything. So just clean it out, make sure everything's removed, and yeah, it's not really that bad. The instructions will help too, but probably take you about 45 minutes. The only bad thing is if you don't have a drill bit that's 1/4, well, you're probably going to have to get creative. If you got some polyethylene piping or tubing, you can just run that down to your sub pump somewhere actually, and you don't have to drain it from here. So you can get creative how you want to set this up, if you want it under the sink or downstairs, kind of like how I had it. So yeah, not too bad. This will save you a bunch of money replacing any kind of filters, I think, compared to like going to a local company. So hopefully this video kind of gave you an idea how you can install it. And it comes with really good instructions too. You can just go step by step if you want to look into it a little bit more. But hopefully this video helped you out.